Hello students, today we are going to learn Introduction to C Programming. C. How to program. In this chapter we are going to cover this: to write a simple computer C programming in C, to use a simple input and output statements, how to fundamental data types, how to use the fundamental data types, computer memory concept, to use arithmetic operations, the precedence of arithmetic operators. Now let us go into the topic. Now first, introduction. A simple C programming, printing a line of text. Another simple programming to adding the integers, memory concept and arithmetic in C. First, the introduction. 2.1. The C language facilitates the structure, discipline, its approach. In the C chapter we are going to learn how to write a simple code. A simple program to print a line of text. We are beginning with the considering a simple C programming. Our first example is to print the line. Yes, first we have to include the header files. Including the header files is one of the important in the C language. And now we have to define the function. You have to use int main or void main or anything. In the brackets, in the parentheses, you can use void or nothing. There will be no problem at initial level for this program. Now we have to open the function. Hence we have to write the printf. Welcome to C. I welcome all you to my channel. Now let us go into the next. A simple C programming, printing a line of text. As we are printing a line of text, we can see that we have used the double quotes in between the parentheses, and here we have to replicate the text what we have to be used here itself. Now going to the next slide. As we have to use the comments, as we have to replicate something to the future ones, hence we will write the comment line here, /* /*. This is also a comment line. First you have to start with the slash and next asterisk symbol, and you have to end with star and then asterisk symbol. Here you can see that here is one of the comment figure is in the 2.1. it is showing. It is a multi-line comment. Next, a simple C programming for printing a line of the text. The comments are ignored by the C compiler, do not causes the machine language object code to be generated. The comment also helps other people to read and understand your program. As you are writing the comment, it is helpful for the new user to read about that. The common programming errors: forgetting to terminate the comments with star and slash. If you are initially commented slash and star, you have written some comment here, and next you are not even terminating with star and slash, hence it will be totally considered as a comment and it will be not compiled by the compiler and it will throw the error. A common programming error 2.2 is starting with common star or ending with someone making the error. They will start with star, then slash, and then they will write the comment and they will end with slash and star. This is the one of the wrong thing. Don't do this. You should start with slash, star, comment, next star and slash. This is the right way to comment in the C language. Next, a simple C programming, printing a line of the text. In the many languages there are many. Now there are in many languages you can see the many commenting phenomena. Here there is one important point they have told. What is #include stdio.h? #include stdio.h is a standard library, standard input and output, where we can get the definitions of the scanf, printf and all. A simple C program printing a line beginning with a programmed in the processor before programming compile. As the initial we have mentioned standard input output header, and this is the function. It will return the integer value. C program contain one or more functions that must be a main. It is an important point you should remember. The main function should be a mandatory in the C programming. Every C program begins with the main. A keyword into main indicates it will return the int. I have already told it. If you are not returning nothing, you can use a void main also. For now simplicity, you can include into to the left of the main. It includes your programming, or you can use the void in the parenthesis, or if it does not receive any information from you. Every function should be preceded by the comment to describe the purpose. Let us example, you are writing for the sum. If someone is reading about your function, they have to understand what you have written, so at initially you should comment it for the sake of understanding sum, and then if you write the code void sum, it is easy to understand the next user. A simple C programming has we have used flower brackets. In between these two flower brackets only we are writing the code completely. Why? Because these are the function starting and ending point. It is the start and it is the end of the function, and inside we are writing the print. The print statement is used to display something what you have written. If you want to say something out of the code, or if you want to replicate something on your display, then you have to use the print statement. Then it will be returning the string. Here it is returning the string welcome to the C/C. What is printf? Printf is a function which is in the standard library that can be used to print something in the terminal or any console. At end we have to end it with the semicolon. Semicolon is important in the C language. If you are writing the print statement, you should end it with the semicolon. Simple C programming, printing a line or a text. As you want to print something welcome, you are printing it printf printf, and here you have to put the semicolon. Now it will be printing only in the one line. Next the cursor will be continuing here only. Just if you want to overcome this, you can use printf hello /n and then semicolon. You can easily write the /n, then it will be moving to the next line. Now here there are many escape sequences. The /n is used for moving to the next line. It is one important one. If you want to give a horizontal tab space, you can use /t. Alter sound the system bell. If you want to give the alert, you have to sound the system bell, then you can give /a. The insert the blashes in the string. If you want to backslash, insert the character, and double quotes, insert the double quote character in the string. If you want to insert a backslash into the string, that means if we write any backslash, it will take another symbol. But if you want to insert the backslash into the string, that means if I want to print hello slash, if I want to print this, I have to use this printf hello, two backslashes, then closing, and then semicolon. Then it will be giving the result output this. Yeah, this was discussed in the previous. Return 0. As we have written in the previous code, that is the int main, so that we should keep the return, that is 0 is an integer, so we are returning the integer type that we are telling to the compiler or particular system. Next we are closing with the braces. Adding a comment to the line containing the right braces that closes every function including the main. Here at the end, if it appears, then the function or any loops that will be closing there itself. We said that printf causes the computer to perform an action. An action, any program executes, it performs a variety actions and make the decisions. As we are making the decisions that should be replicated onto the screen, we use the printf. This is the most common mistake of the everyone. The actual syntax is printf, so the people who has adapted to something, they will directly use the print, then it will throw the error. So kindly use the printf. It is the correct way to use in the C language. In Python it will be correct, but obviously in C it is a error. Standard library functions like printf and scanf are not part of the C programming language. For example, the compiler cannot be spelled the error printf or scanf. If the compiler compiles a printf statement, it merely provides the space in the object code and it calls to the library function. The library functions are automatically called by the compiler and that will be debugged into the object code. You have to save the files in the .c. Now the object code is compiled to ready to execute. Then in the C language we are using the GCC compiler. Good programming practice 2.3. Indent the entire body of the each function one level of the indent within the braces that is defined the both functions. This indentation emphasizes the function structure of a program and helps the programmer easy to read. Printf function can be print welcome to C. There are several different ways. For example, if you are seeing the previous lines, that printf. Now we are going to see this. As I have previously told, if you are not ending with the /n, then the next printf statements will be automatically going to add here. If you keep /n here, then the output will be welcome. The output will be welcome. Next to C/C. This will be the output if we keep the /n here. As we haven't keep the /n here, then it will be printing the continuously welcome to C. The simple C programming printing a line of the text. If you want the SKF sequence, then for the next line, then use the /n. As I told in the previous, as I have kept the /n here, now they have also included the /n once again. There in this code there is a 3 /n, then we are getting the output in the 3 lines. That is a simple. The another simple C programming, addition of the two integers. What is scanf? In the X-ray store, then we are in the laboratories, then we will see the scanning. The scanning means getting the input. The printing means displaying the output. As I want to solve this problem, I need the two integers. I should take two integers within the declaration itself in the function, as well as from the user who want the result output of the two numbers. First, I am writing the code. I have including the header file, standard library in standard input and output library header, and next int main, and I want a returning the integer. As you can, if you are not willing to return anything, then you proceed with the void main also. Void main, this is not mandatory always, but you can I am declaring the integer 1, the first number which I want to take the input, and the second number which I want to take input. I want to store the result in the third, that is the sum. First, printf first integer, enter the first integer. I am displaying that to the user, please enter the first integer. After that, then the scanf, I want to take the input and I want to store it in the where integer 1. If I have ready to store the value in the integer 1, this will be allocating the integer 1 is already there is space in the memory. Then when I have entered the number, that will be moved to that location and the value is saved at that location. Then the first will be completed. Now when I am entering the second same the process will be repeated. After that, the addition. Here the integers are stored in the numeric in the binary format. Then it will be doing the summation, as we have used the plus symbol. Here we use the plus symbol, so it will be doing the summation, and then finally I am printing the result. Here the %d is a format specifier of an integer, so we have to use the %d to print the value that is corresponding to that respective variable. Here the variable is the type integer, so we are using the format specifier of the integer, and we are not returning anything, so we are returning just 0. Why? Because it is a int main, so we have to return any at least one integer, that is 0. Yeah, now you can see what will be the output of the previous code. Enter the first integer. I have entered the 45, and the second I have entered the 72. What is the sum of 45 and 72? That is 117. This is a simple code. That is, I have explained all these slides previously. How to take the inputs, how to the identifiers. Using the capital letters, a lowercase letter should be used. For example, typing the main. Yeah, this is also one of the error. The people at the initial level, they keep the main as main. This is completely wrong. You should use the only small case for the main. This is the right way of using. Just remember, this is the right. Avoid starting identifiers with underscores to prevent the conflict of the compiler generated identifiers of the standard identifiers. The identifiers of the 31 of a few, we have the identifiers whose definition is already known to the compiler. Choosing the meaningful variable names with the help of programs and self documentation, and fewer comments are needed. The first letter of an identifier used as a simple variable name should be a lowercase. Later it should be texted, assign the special significance to the identifier that begin with a capital letter to identifier that all the capital letters. The multiple words variable names that can be make the more reliable. Avoid running the spaces word together at the initial comment rather. You should read it. Another simple program of additioning of two numbers. The definition must be placed after the left brackets of the function before any execute the statement. The syntax error are caused computers recognize the statement. This is also one of the important point. The syntactical errors are also called as compilers. This is one of the interview questions. You should remember this. Placing a variable definition among the executable statement causing a syntax error. Note it. Remember. The separated definitions and executable statements in a function with a one blanket emphasizing where the definition and ends at the executable statements begin. Another simple program, as we have here, I am printing the first number to tell the user to enter the first integer, and here I am taking the first integer as input. Here percentile d. What I have is the percentile d. Percentile d is a format specifier of the string type of integer. Format control string. As we are using the integer value, the percentile d is a format specifier that we have to use. While we are printing or we are taking input, we should use the percentile d to print or to take the input of an integer. Ampersand. What is an ampersand? This is an ampersand. It tells the location of the particular variable. As we are using some integer 1 is a variable, so we are assigning to that location what the value we have taken, so that we are using the scanf. In the scanf we should use ampersand. Placing a space, comma, to make the program more reliable. Another simple programming. The user responds by the typing. The scanf will be terminate after continuous enter. Then if we are entering the enter button, only then it will be terminating. The same is repeating, as we have to enter the second number and the second number scanf. Now this is known as assignment operator. It will become in the next sessions. The sum. As we want to add the two numbers, then we should use the sum. What is sum? The sum of the two numbers. As we are adding the 45 and another number, then we are getting the result 117. And here the two operands. These are called the operands. This is operator. The plus is a operator, and integer 1 and integer 2 are operands. The placing a space on either side of the binary operator. This makes the operator stand out of and make the program more reliable. A is one variable, and giving some space and adding then b and assigning it to the sum. You can use any value. C is equals to a plus b also correct. Z is equals to a plus b also correct. Why? Because here the initially I have taken that a, b are the two, so that I want to be them standardized. Next, moving. Calculation in an assignment statement to be right side of the operator. As I have explained in the previously, a is equals to b plus c. Let us take it. The whole operation should be done on the right side. The assignment should be towards left. Place the calculation, assign the. This is compiler error to place the calculation. If you are keeping b plus c is equals to a, sometimes it will throwing an error, compilation error. Here we are printing the sum of the two numbers, the integer 1 and integer 2. As I have previously told, we should use the format specifier. As we are using the format specifier, it is simpler to print that integer value. Here is also same. After printing, is there any something to return? See, observe one thing. Here the print statement and here the print statements are different. Why? Because here there is a sum. You have assigned the value of the summation of integer a and integer b toward the sum, and here you are directly printing, there is no assignment. Directly you are printing the value of the summation of integer 1 and integer 2 directly onto the console, and you are returning 0. The function is int type, so you are returning the 0 at the end. Forgetting one or both double quotes surrounding the format control string printf or scanf. If we are forgetting this, then it will throw the error. So kindly remember it. To properly terminate the double quotes in the printf or in the scanf. The forgetting the percentile conversion control string in the printf. If you are using the int variable, you should use the percentile d. If you are using float values, use the percentile f. Int means minus infinity to infinity, minus infinity infinity to 0, 0 to infinity. Same range, but we have add the decimal values to the infinity. Here in between we can get the decimal values in the f. Placing an escaping sequence / n outside of the format control string. If you have written something percentile d here and then you are keeping the /n, it will be wrong. Percentile d /n, this will be the correct. Forgetting to include the expression values that to print. At the end you are not even specifying. If you have written the percentile d here and you kept the comma, then you have closed to the function, then it will be throwing the error. Though you have written the printf here, then it will be throwing the error. Why? Because here there is a missing, something is missing here, so it will be telling that something is missing, so you are not able to do. Not providing the conversion specifier when you are needed the printf. If you are not even correctly specifying the printf or percentile printf in the percentile d or percentile f or percentile s or percentile c, then it will be throwing the error. Placing the inside format specifier control string the comma that will be supported the separate format concept from the expression to be printed. If you are writing something you have separated with the comma, then the compiler is telling that you are printing something. Using the incorrect format conversion specifier reading the data with the scanf. Incorrect format conversions. If you want to insert the integer value but you are taking the percentile f value, then it will be done, but in some cases it is occupying the more space. But if you have written in the code percentile d and ampersand a scanf. If you want to insert 0.01, this will be causing error to your problem. Forgetting the preceding variable to the scanf. Received variables in the scanf statement with the ampersand. If you are not using ampersand a, percentile d scanf and here semicolon, if you are not using this, then it will be creating some error. The preceding variables include the printf with the ampersand. While you are printing, someone called Atiteli Varlu, they will print like this: percentile d and ampersand a. This is completely wrong. Why? Because you should remove the ampersand. Ampersand is only needed to specify the address where to be stored. but not required while retrieving the data from that address. The memory concept. The variable means such an integer 1, integer 2, sum. They are the corresponding locations of the computer. Every variable has a name and the type. As we here, the type is integer and their names are integer 1, integer 2 and the sum. The values they are storing is either positive or negative integers only. Here we are specifying the scanf %d and ampersand integer 1. That means to the particular location we are adding the value of the integer what was entered by you at the time of program. The memory location is showing the name, the value of the variable. The name is integer. Here we are storing the integer value. The memory concept. Whenever it is placed in the memory location, the value replaces the previous value. If we are assigning in the first statement, we have written the integer 1 is equals to 45. In the next line, integer 1 is equals to 70. Then in the same box, the 45 is removed and 70 will be added. 70 will be replicated there. This is what they have mentioned. Once the program has been obtained the integer 1 and integer 2, the places the sum in the variable in the sum. It is simple that as you have the integer 1 and integer 2, then after the summation it will be stored into the sum. The sum will be created to one particular address. The answer 1117 will be stored here in the address where the name is the sum. To that address the value should be assigned. This occurred the calculated sum. After calculating sum, then the new memory of the variable where it is the sum, then it will be moved there. This is what in the previously I have told. Next, after some updation, then it will be storing the sum of the 45 and 72, that will be 117. They are used but not destroyed as the computer to perform the calculation. When they read from the memory location, the process is said to be non-destructive. It is a non-destructive. Arithmetic in C. The arithmetic operations are summarized in figure. Note the use of the various special symbols are not used in the algebra. As we are in the algebra, as you have practiced in the J Mains or J Advanced or MSET or IPE or in the any standard, using the multiplication symbol and different percentage symbol, those are not that significantly that meaning. So here the asterisk means multiplication and the percent sign denotes the remainder operator which introduced below. In algebra, if you want to multiply A and B, don't keep like this A, B. It will be not multiplying. It will be thinking if you have declared into A, B, then it will be the variable. If you keep comma, then it will be throwing the error. Why? Because there is no particular operator you have specified. If I keep this, there is a meaning. A into B, the value of A that multiplied with the value of B. Now let us see the arithmetic operators. Addition, as usually the plus, it will adding the how we have to f. If f is something variable that we have declared, f plus 7, then the value of f, if you have the value of f will be the 8, then the result will be 15. Let us consider this A, this B and this is C. C is equals to A plus B. This will be the right format to write the code. Similarly, P minus C, B into M. This is the algebraic expression that you have to replicate in the C expressions. See, this is the algebra. As in the normal way, you will write the algebra like this. Here you will b into m. You are not even specifying something to multiply. That is directly multiplying. But the system should understand. You should specify what is the operator. The multiplication is the operator, and here the division is the operator. If you are using this division symbol here, that will be not the correct expression to solve the problem in the C. The arithmetic operators are all the binary operations. For example, say 3 plus 7 contains the binary operation. The operands are 3 and 7. Here the 3 and 7 are known as the operands, and plus this is the operator. Why? Because that is performing the operations on the two operands, so this is known as the operator. And integer division we are using to get the remainder, we have to use the modulo symbol. And attempting to divide the 0, what will be the solution? The computer fatal result, so it will be not run by, it might causing the error in the runtime error, so kindly avoid it. The arithmetic expression in C must be written in the straight line format, facilitate entering the programs into the computer. The expressions such as A divided by B must be in the format A by B, so the all operands are assigned in the correct notations. The parentheses are used in the C in the expression in the same manner the algebraic expressions. First we are solving the inner loop, after we are adding the plus, after we are multiplying. First the A plus B is done, then after it will be multiplying. After multiplication the result will be printed. C applies operator the arithmetic in the precise sequence determined by the following rules. Operator precedence. These rules are important for the GATE and your semester exam. Why? Because they will give some expression in the marks question, in the 2 mark question, and they will ask us what will be the result of the above expression. Then you should proceed with the precedence operator. What are generally the same time of those algebra? First the parenthesis, the inner loop will be cleared. After that A plus B is done, then it will be added to the C, and final result will be assigned to something next variable. The multiplication, division, remainder operators are applied first. You should remember, multiplication, division, remainder operations are applied first. If the expression contains the several multiplication, division and remainder operator, the evaluation proceeds from the left to right. You should remember, evaluation proceeds from left to right, towards from the left to right. The operation, addition and subtraction operation, the expression, the several, the subtraction, addition and the subtraction, the operation, evaluation from the left to right. Always here also from the left to right. The rules of the operation precedence specifies the order of the C uses evaluation of an expression. What is evaluation of an expression? While we are solving, there are many brackets. If A plus B into C into D modulo E. As we are solving this expression, it should be in the precedence order only. There is an associativity concept here. Here the precedence, the evaluation evaluated first or nested, then the multiplication, and then followed by the division, remainder, addition and subtraction. This will be the order first, then it will be moved towards the left to right. The arithmetic in the previous figure you have seen. Yeah, this is the multiplication, leftmost multiplication. Here what we are doing, 2 into 5, first multiplication, no? Then first we are going to multiply. 5 into 2 is, that is 10. the 10 will be replaced here, and that is 10 kept here. 5 into 10, that is 50. 50 is replaced here. Next the 50. 50 plus 3, that is. But actually there is a multiplication before addition. You should do the multiplication, that is the associativity. So you should multiply this and you should replace the 15 and then plus 7. All are the pluses. You can directly do the addition. The arithmetic in C and algebra, it is acceptable the unnecessary parenthesis to make the expression clearly, and this is called redundant parenthesis. Redundant parenthesis means if we are not requiring the outer parenthesis, you should exclude it and just simply write A plus B, or most simply you can write it like this. This is the most simplest form. We should remove the redundant parenthesis. The redundant parenthesis means the parenthesis which was not needed but we are using in that, so that is known as the redundant parenthesis. Using the redundant parenthesis in the complex arithmetic can make the expression clear. Thank you. Please comment your doubts in the comment. For more updates, stay tuned to my channel. Meet you in the next video. Until then, bye, signing off.